Okay, I am going to chuck this over here because for like the last 30, 40 minutes, I've just been, I guess, I don't know if procrastinating is the word, but I've wanted to record this video and I've just been like, what's the right way to do it? What do I talk about? And doing other stuff that I don't really need to do. Now, the one thing that is weird is like my screen is flipped, so I actually have my right hand up right now and it shows that I have my left hand up. And I know how to fix that in post, but I don't know how to do it in pre. So everything is reversed for me right now, which is weird. But kind of what I want this video to be is, and I did kind of talk to ChatGPT a bit about like what this video should be because I can just ramble on for hours, and therefore, if I don't have any level of structure, I will probably just ramble on for hours. So what this video is going to be is me basically talking about like who I am, what this channel is about, what I do, what I used to do, my life, my kind of interests, and yeah, kind of my goals for the future as well. And look, that is just to be honest, build connection with people, and show that I'm like just real and human as well. And yeah, essentially just provide more of an understanding as to who George Barnstable is. George Barnstable right now is an online fitness coach. He helps people of a fair amount of variation in terms of the people he helps, but he loves to help people that have disordered eating patterns, that don't know what to do in the gym or what to eat, and ultimately may have already a pretty negative relationship with food. And I do that because that was kind of my lived experience, to be completely honest. I still have problems with this now, right, to be honest. Not to the same extent, but I used to be incredibly fearful of food. I would see it as the enemy. I would see it as just this thing that I had to eat. And I would binge a lot of the time. And now I'm not in that position anymore. I got the help that I required and needed at that point in my life. And yeah, I'm just now wanting to kind of help people do the same. So this channel is kind of me talking about who I am, and there'll probably be quite a variation in terms of videos. There'll be some where it's maybe on particular topics. Like my approach to nutrition is we don't have to count our calories. We shouldn't be counting our calories. We shouldn't be obsessing over stuff and restricting certain foods. And therefore it's for people that may resonate with that, who have tried every single diet, every tracking app, and still feel stuck. So it's going to be a bit on nutrition. It's also going to be a bit on fitness as well. A lot of mindset, along consistency, and just really trying to make this process of weight loss or muscle building and weight gain as easy as possible, because the easier it is and the more simple it is to follow, the more consistent you're going to be and the better your results are going to be ultimately. I will say too, I have like some level of filter on right now, it looks like, because I definitely have some lines and wrinkles on my head, and my teeth definitely aren't this white. But I wish I looked like this in real life because I look nice. So who am I? Look, I am a British dude that currently lives in Melbourne. Grew up in a place called Surrey, and for the last year I have lived in Melbourne. I haven't travelled enough of Australia. I've been to the Gold Coast for one weekend, and other than that, I've stayed in Melbourne the entire time. And I guess that's purely because it's really hard to meet new people and to be social when you are 25. You know, you're no longer at school, and therefore the relationships you make are just naturally like you don't make as many relationships. But I've still stayed social. Like I'm in a house with like three people that I know and I'm friends with, and I knew them before I moved in to this house with them. So like I haven't been a total loser. But at the end of the day, like I definitely have a small circle, and that's definitely like a goal for myself, is to like build out a bigger circle, but make sure that circle is something that it's the right people, because over here, yes, I have a small circle, but it's all the right people inside it. It's people that are into fitness. It's people that are just nice people in general, that are like supportive of me and what I'm doing, and like say, yeah, like amazing that you're doing this, George, and well done on this like new client you've gained, rather than, I think, which is quite a British culture to do, but I definitely have some friends in the UK that like still to this day watch and consume my content and kind of take the piss out of it. And there's no one like that in Australia. And if there were, I wouldn't be friends with them, type of thing, because I don't need that, and no one needs that. I started training when I was like 16, 17. This is talking about fitness now, and like health and fitness. And yeah, it was because I was like a really big kid. I was like huge. I was obese. I don't know, like overweight, you should say. Very overweight. I don't know if I was obese. I don't know. I was a huge kid. And I, yeah, just hated my body, hated my habits. I really just wanted to like be more attractive, to be honest. Like that was really a focus for me back in the day, was like how I look. And definitely, like, I think if you've ever gone through a period where you kind of have glowed up, they call it. I say they call it, I call it that. You definitely, I'm like, oh man, like this feels awesome. It's kind of like there's a psychological effect called the halo effect, and it's like you get treated differently. People look at you in a different way. They're nicer. Things just seem to happen. And I noticed that. And yeah, I kind of then went through a position probably from like year 17 to through to like 24, where I'm 25 now, so like last year, but like 7 years of like consistent like troubled eating, binges very frequently, sometimes as bad as like every single day for weeks. Sometimes it was in a really good approach, and it was, or a really good point, and it was just a few months, like once every few months. But food was always the problem. Like even when I wasn't binging that much, it was always like something that I just saw as something to be really scarce of and scared of, and not something that I should gain energy from. Like carbohydrates to me used to be like the devil. Like I would hate them. And now I can't lie. Like I've had that experience for 7 years. I still get these emotions are still like in my head, and they probably will be for a while. But I'm in a much better place now when it comes to my nutrition. I believe, that, or I believe, but also I actually, eat in a balanced and consistent way with multiple different fuel sources, carbohydrates, fats, proteins, fiber. And my body is the best it's ever been in terms of like aesthetics and looks. It's also the fittest, the strongest it's ever been. And yeah, I just feel the most confident person that I've ever been before. And I just love that. Like, I just honestly love how I feel, how I look, and just the person I've become over these last few years has been crazy. Like, this big change really did happen in the last kind of like 12 months, where I got the right support for my binging, and that kind of fixed everything for me. And yeah, now I kind of help people transform their life. So I'll kind of run into that. Essentially now, God, this feels like an interview. Like it feels like I'm kind of doing an interview, like a CV here. But yeah, what I do now is I am exclusively a online fitness coach, fitness and nutrition coach. I'm a bit more like a health coach, I would say, because I don't just focus on, hey, let's do your workouts, let's do the steps, or hey, let's get the calories in. It's everything else. Like I have some clients that, maybe have some troubled relationships with alcohol, or high level performing people, and therefore there's a lot of stress they undergo, and we work on some mindfulness with them. So yeah, I've kind of branded myself as not just as like redundant as like a fitness coach, but a bit more holistic than that. Nothing wrong with being just a fitness coach as well, though. Like just a PT. Like I say the word just like it's nothing. PTs are great, but I feel like I'm more than a PT. And I take a pretty unique approach to my coaching. I don't ask my clients to track calories. I if in an ideal world, I wouldn't get them to weigh themselves at all. To be completely honest, they weigh themselves once a week, but I'd love for them to not weigh themselves at all, because I fucking hate the scale, and I think it just ruins, or it has a very toxic relationship with people. And I don't weigh myself, and where I saw, God, I really keep kind of going like this, don't I? But where I saw the most improvement and just connection between my body and my mind was when I stopped weighing myself. Um, and I really think it's a bit of a trigger. Like, it can very easily lead to binges, lead to a lot of frustration. Like, you've smashed, your calories or your training that one day, and got you jump on the scale the next morning, and boom, you're 0.2 of a kilo heavier, and you're like, fuck this, I don't want to do this anymore, And we shouldn't be focusing on that. We should instead focus on what our body looks like, how it feels, how it moves, how it looks in clothes, how it feels in clothes. Those objective measures are so much more important. If I was if I had a six pack, I'm like about 80 kilos. That's what I'm guessing. I'm guessing I'm about 80 kilos. I'm 5'11" ish, and if I was like 100 kilos but I had a six pack, I wouldn't care. Like, it's just a number at the end of the day. It's just a number. So yeah, I kind of help people in that respect, and take a different approach to most. Most of my clients, some have a good level of experience when it comes to training and the gym and stuff. Most don't, so it's more kind of getting them moving in the first place. But a few of my clients are very experienced in the gym. They're very strong. They're very competent people. And yeah, I'll kind of work with them in a training component too, where we'll build out a specific training program too. So that's kind of what I do. I used to work in sales. I used to work in recruitment too. So I probably spent, like, in total 3 years between those two disciplines. And I actually came over to Australia to work in a recruitment role, and I was just going to do it for like a year and just like see where it went. But like 2 months in, this is where the kind of binging relationship got really bad. 2 months in, like, I quit. I hated the job. Like, I got there, and on day one I was like, this is awful. I kind of did some traveling before because I was just tired of recruitment, and even after that, when I came to Melbourne, I was like, I actually don't want to do this job. And it was like quite a big job. Like, it was a promotion, and there was a lot of money behind it. Like, I felt like a big feeling of imposter syndrome, because I was a very expensive hire, and I was like, oh shit, I have to deliver a lot, and I don't even want to do this type thing. So I left, and I was incredibly embarrassed, and I binged often. And that's probably why I hated the job as well, because I was just binging. My nutrition was a mess. And yeah, like I said, it wasn't until I got some help at the back end of 2024, like mid to back end of 2024, that everything changed to me, to be honest. And again, that's kind of what I apply in my coaching. A lot of simplicity. Like, in my opinion, I just try to make my coaching as simple and easy to follow as possible, because that helps with adherence, that helps with consistency. And that's particularly important if you're like in a busy job or you go through a lot of stress, because the more things you have to worry about, think about, the harder it is to stay on track, basically. Where am I at? 14 minutes. Hopefully I can wrap this up in the next few. So, interests, hobbies, life, that kind of stuff. I love working. Like, I really do enjoy working. I guess the next part I want to talk about is like where I want to be, like who I'm becoming. And I don't know, like, to be honest, like, I started coaching in January, and I did not expect to be where I am right now. Like, it's kind of blown up, and yes, I definitely put in a lot of work to get there. But I did not expect it to pay off, if that makes sense. Like, have you ever worked hard for something and you're like, it actually happened? It wasn't just a pipe dream. I don't actually know what pipe dream means, but just a dream. And yeah, I'm just, it's just so surreal. Business growth has definitely slowed. That's been my personal choice over the last month or two, just because I did feel like the business was controlling me rather than I control the business. And that's a really weird feeling if you run a business, to feel like it runs you. Because I do have clients, and I felt like almost they ran me rather than I ran them. So I've definitely decided to, or put structures in place. That means the business doesn't grow as fast as it was. But with that said, I have put a structure in place to allow the business to grow from this point now to, 2-3 times what it's doing. But I'm not the man of the show, if that makes sense. Like, maybe I'll have coaches that work with me, and we kind of teach what I teach, like my ideology to nutrition, portion-based eating, etc. And it's just all kind of underneath me, if that makes sense. So like, I'm here, I manage 2-3 coaches, they manage all the clients, if that makes sense. And maybe I have a few of my own clients, I don't know, if someone really, really wants to work with me. So that's kind of where I want to take it. But yeah, as I was talking about, was my interests and my hobbies. Dude, I just love work. Like, I get so much satisfaction from when, like, I feel like I've done good shit. Like, when I'm proud of myself. Like, my, like, self-esteem is high, When my self-esteem is high, I just feel like fucking Superman. Like, I just feel awesome. But outside of work, like, I can't lie, I don't do too much. I need to do more. I love F1, I love football, like actual football, but also footy. So footy is like AFL over here, like Australian Football League, AFL, I think it actually stands for. It's kind of like a mix between rugby and football, I'd call it. And then outside of that, like outside of work, so obviously fitness, like running and lifting is kind of what I do in my personal like gym experience. I love to read, but I don't read enough. I like gaming, like I love gaming, but I don't do it anymore because I just like was addicted to it. But at the same time, like I have started to implement it like a few times. I've played the Xbox and just like logged on COD and played a few games on Fortnite. And just started playing because it's just relaxation time for me. Like my housemate downstairs, she was saying the exact same with drawing. Like she's no drawer, like I think she's good, but she's like, I'm no artist, but I just feel so much satisfaction and like relaxation when I just get up this piece of paper and just start drawing. So I'm trying to have it as more like switch off time, these hobbies that I'm trying to implement. And yeah, that is kind of it. I don't want this to be any longer than 20 minutes. This is 17 minutes. And if anyone has made it this far, could you please like comment and tell me why you watched this far? Like, I have no idea. I feel like I just waffle. Maybe like my little brother has. He's definitely a supporter. So maybe he's watched it the entire way. So yeah, this is kind of what this channel's going to be about. Maybe not every video is going to be like this. It's going to be a bit more structured. And maybe you can comment like some ideas that you'd want to see down below in the comments. I have ran like an Instagram like Q&A thing, and I did put in like ideas, and a lot of those were like lifestyle ones, like day in the life, mukbangs and stuff like that, which would be cool to do. I don't want the channel just to be like that though. I probably want it to be more coaching, client related. So like a few comments were about, like fitness tips, nutrition tips, meal preps, and like walking through fitness exercises too. So maybe I'll have like a bank of exercises, but that will probably be like unlisted and privated and just sent for client purposes rather than like for everyone. Because like if you want to learn how to do a deadlift, like there's 50 million dudes showing you a 10-second video of how to do that. Like I don't need to post that publicly. Like it should just be privated for my clients. So this is it. This is the video. Maybe I'll jump out of my room and film the next few rather than just being in this chair. But I'm happy I did this. Like I feel a level of dopamine and just like satisfaction of just like ticking this task off, because I was, like I said, just procrastinating it. And yeah, I aim to post weekly. I say aim, I will post weekly. I feel like once you set something and you speak about it and you like speak it into existence, you have to commit to it. So I'm going to post to this every single week. I'll film and like record a video every week and then probably post it every weekend. That's kind of my schedule. Like every Thursday film, every weekend post, like Saturday or Sunday. And yeah, you'll see more of this like very filtered up face in the future, I'm sure. Anyway, peace. I feel like every YouTuber ends their videos with peace, but now I'm doing the same. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. And again, feel free to comment if you made it this entire way or if you like want to see certain stuff.